Hello everybody and welcome to Krista So Crafty. I'm so glad you joined me here today. Today we are going to be checking out this Pom-Pom Maker Set. Now, I've had this for a little while and I have used it a couple times and I'm really happy with how it works. It makes nice little pom-poms. There's 4 different sizes, as you can see here. And yeah, I just thought I would bring you along and show you how to use one of these. I will link this down in the description box below. I did buy it off of Amazon, so I'll put the link there where you can purchase it. And yeah, let's just get started. All right. So again, we're going to use the Pom-Pom Maker by Clover. It comes with 4 different size attachments or units, I guess if you want to call them, to make the pom-poms. And I think we're going to use this one here. So I made this toque, this little hat, and I want to put a pom-pom on it. So I have my wool here. I'm just going to set that aside. We'll set that aside for a minute. And let's just open this up. So just open this up here. We're going to take this one out here. And so this one here is 2.5 inches. There's 4 different sizes, like I said, 1 3/8 inches. So that's this one here. It's very tiny pom-pom. There's a yellow one that's 1 5/8. This one is 2.5 inches, and this one is 3 3/8 inches. All of these will make pom-poms, and they're all made identically. So I will show you how to make it on here. Set that to the side. So on your pom-pom maker, I want to show you everything. So these lift up, and these lift out. And the idea is that you wrap your wool around 2 of these at a time. And I'll show you how to do that in a minute. There's a little metal rod that holds it together, which allows you to pull it apart, which is essential when you're done making the pom-pom. So we'll put that back together, line everything up. What I like to do is I like to start with 2 open and the other 2 closed in still. And then what I'll do is I'll start and I'll go back and forth. However many times you go back and forth with your wool will determine how thick, how dense your pom-pom will be. I don't know if there's a set amount of times you're supposed to go. It just, on here, it just says wind the yarn, okay? So I will just go ahead and wind the yarn and we'll go from there. So I'm going to use 2 colors. I'm going to use this yellow and this kind of wine burgundy color because that's the color of my hat. Now I could just do 1 color, but I'm going to take my 2 pieces of yarn, put them together, and I want to leave a tail hanging down. And I'm going to start wrapping this around. It doesn't matter where you start. I'm just going to start wrapping this around. I need to put these down on the floor so they'll just go, so they'll unwind. So then you just take it and you wrap it around, keep these together, and just go. Now when I make pom-poms, I like them to be pretty dense. So typically I will do 4 rounds. So that was 1/2 round. Now I'm going back. I'm going to go all the way to the end. Whoops. Make sure that on the back side you're keeping your yarn under these little tabby things. And now I'm going to go back again. So this is 3. I've got to get some more wool here. And keep going. So this is, like I said, 3. And I'm making sure that I'm overlapping my yarn as I'm going. Now I've got a bit of a knot here. Not a knot, but it's just kind of getting all tangled up. Okay, so that was 3. So I'm going to go back now, and this will be number 4. So on this round, what I want to do is make it so that it's pretty much even all the way around. So as you're going, you should be able to see, like right now, this is higher than what this is here. So this row, I'm basically going around and I'm filling in the blanks. making sure that there's enough coverage. Get some more wool. That there's enough coverage that this pom-pom is going to be nice, okay? So just go around here and like that. Now the one thing you do want to do, no matter how many rounds you do, you want to end in the middle. No, I did it wrong. Dang it. Okay. So I changed my mind. I'm going to do 5 rounds because what happens is you want to end with your yarn out here so that when we fold this in, oh, I wanted to show you this. See how this kind of came down over top of those feet? Just kind of push it back so that it's out and nothing is impeding that, okay? All right, so now I've got my 5 rounds and I'm going to close this up and push that in there. And now I'm going to open up this side and see why I wanted to close over here so that now I can just automatically just keep going now. I can start spinning this again. Okay, so just like this. So I'm going to wrap it and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do it 5 times. So this is 1. And I'm going to start going back, push that over, and get my yarn straightened out here. And this is 2. And around, and 3. It uses a fair amount of yarn, but like I said, you want a nice full pom-pom when you're finished. So, and this is 5. So I'm just gonna go all the way around, get some more yarn going here, even these out, make sure it's all nice. Okay, so now we can close this up. And we should now have something that looks like this, okay? So now what you need to do is we're going to take a pair of scissors and we're going to cut in between. Do not open these, do not pull these apart, not yet. You need to take a pair of sharp scissors. You can cut this off of your balls of wool. You can cut that off. And just leave those hanging there, and then take your scissors. See how there's kind of an opening there? You want to take your scissors and insert them in between and start cutting. Now the sharper the scissors, the easier this is going to go. Okay. You want to go straight down the center of that. There's like a little groove in there. And just keep pulling my scissors out, making sure I'm going straight down the middle and there. So that's that little groove that I'm running my scissors along when I'm cutting, okay? So now we'll do the other side. Same thing. Just cut through. This is going to make a really nice pom-pom. Oh, I never even realized these are like almost like the Gryffindor colors from Harry Potter. All right, see? So now I've got something that looks like this. Okay, so everything is cut. Oh, right there is not cut. So that was where we transferred from one side of the pom-pom, where we went from one side over to the other side. You want to make sure you cut that string in there as well. All right, so now what we need to do, and this point it doesn't matter which color. I'm just gonna grab this one. I'm gonna cut off a chunk, probably that long, like just long enough that you can go around the pom-pom. Because now what you want to do is you want to take this and put it around in that groove that I was just showing you where we ran our scissors. You want to put your yarn through there, and then we're going to tie it, and then we're going to cut it. Sorry, we're going to tie it, and then we're going to pull it tight. You need it to go in between those white things, okay? So just kind of pull. See how it kind of moved in? So it's no longer showing on the outside. This is where you want to make it tight, because this is what's going to hold all of this yarn together so that they don't fall out or pull out easy once you take it off this little yarn maker. So pull it tight. I'm going to tie it again and tie it. So now what we can do is we can start releasing this. So you got all these extra strings, don't worry about them, we'll fix that. So we need to open this. Oops, got my string tied up there. And open this. And then we'll turn it over, and we're going to open this one. And then we'll open this one. Now you can see we have this kind of a fuzzy pom-pommy thing going on here. All you need to do is grab onto both sides of the pom-pom maker and kind of give it a twisting motion and pull it apart. And there is our pom-pom. So what I like to do, if I can figure out which is which, I think these two, yes, these two are my ones that I tied around this pom-pom maker. So I'm going to use those and to tie it onto my hat. So at this point in time, I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to trim it. So first thing, I'm going to get rid of those ones there. Those were our starting and ending yarns. And I'm just going to floof it a bit. What this does is it allows me to see where some of the pieces are that are too long. Okay, and then I'm just going to trim it. It's going to give it a haircut. Trim it up nice and neat. You want it evenly, as even as you can get it. Okay? Just keep trimming and trimming. There we go. We have our beautiful pom-pom. So let me just set those to the side and get this mess out of the way. We'll bring back in our toque. So our pom-pom is all ready to go. And so now what I will do is I'm going to grab a crochet hook, and that will help us with the attaching the pom-pom onto the hat. Alrighty, so I have a crochet hook, and so what I do is I take my crochet hook and I flip my hat toque inside out. And what I want to do is I want to insert my hook, or anything. If you don't have a crochet hook, just something so that you can thread these pieces of yarn through here. Okay, I just have a crochet hook. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to grab my yarn and I'm just going to loop it and pull it through. So now we can really see what our hat is going to look like with our pom-pom. I see I have a couple more pieces of stuff right here I just need to trim off. There we go. All right, that looks so good. Awesome. So now we're going to take our toque and we're going to flip it inside out, right? Wrong sides out. And then what I like to do, because right now the two threads are through the center hole. So with my crochet hook, I'm just going to go under a couple of these yarns in the back here, and I'm going to bring one thread yarn through there. And I'm going to go on the opposite side, and I'm going to bring a couple through, put my crochet hook, through a couple of these pieces of yarn, these loops on the yarn, and pull that through. So now I can pull this snug and tie a knot so that that pom-pom is going to stay. So what I like to do is just put a couple knots in here, 3, 4. I don't want it to come undone. So now again, using my crochet hook, or you can get like a darning needle, something with a hole big enough that you can get your yarn through the little hole, through the eye. And what I like to do is I just take my hook and I pull that yarn under some of the wool, under the loops that are already here. And I missed it. Okay, so just like that. And I'll go around this way, keep going the same direction with this one, and pull it through. What I'm doing is I want to make sure that that knot for number 1 doesn't come undone. Number 2, if it starts coming undone, if this is threaded through a bunch of loops, it's going to be less likely that that knot will come undone. Okay, so I'm going to do one more, go under a few more here on this side. Oops, like this. And now I'm going to go to the other yarn and I'm going to go the same direction, but I'm going to start in here. I'm just going under some of these loops. You don't want to go all the way through because you don't want this yarn to show through the front. So I'm just going through the back loops on the center here. And we'll do one more and loop and pull it through just like so. So now if I wanted, I could, just for security, I don't want this pom-pom to fall off. I really don't think it would. Even through all the washes and everything else that you're going to do with it, I don't think it's going to come apart. Do your extra ties and give it a snip. Now these are going to be on the inside. You're not going to see those little tiny tails. Now all we need to do is flip it around, and there we have our cute little hat. I keep calling it a hat. Well, technically I guess it is a hat, but it's a toque. Crocheted toque, ready for some child to enjoy. Now again, the pom-pom makers. So these here, right? So this is our other one. It's very easy to put back together. There's a hole here and the rod. You just place them together and squeeze it, and then just close it up, and it's now ready for the next time you need to make a pom-pom. If you guys are interested in seeing how I made this hat, the toque, leave a comment in the description below, and I could, if you were interested, I can do a video on that. I did use a knitting loom for this, so it makes it beautiful, consistent, nice knitting, if you will, all the way around. And they're nice toques. So I hope you enjoyed today's video on how to use the pom-pom makers. This is the pom-pom makers. I will put this back in here and give you another view at that. So that's that. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you like this type of content, please give my video a thumbs up. It really helps my channel to grow. And if you have any ideas that you would like to see me do a video on, different crafting ideas, whether it be sewing or crocheting or I don't know, whatever, cricketing, let me know in the comments below. Thank you again for watching, and have a wonderful day. Thank you once again for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you give these little pom-pom makers a try. They are super easy to use, and they make beautiful little pom-poms. And again, if you are interested in seeing how I made this toque, please leave a comment below and I will definitely do up a video. So thank you and happy crafting, everybody.